I don't view sports as a mechanism for me to express any type of emotionality. Unfortunately, many so-called black men do. Why is that? Because our culture has been broken down. The link patrilineally has been destroyed. The patriarchy has been eradicated. And due to that, many so-called black men exhibit a lot of traits pertaining to influence from their mother. That's the reason why a lot of cats oftentimes fanboy out. You're supposed to appreciate the greatness of another man by acknowledging his hard work and the fact that he polished his gifts. But becoming a fan of another man, that's a no-no. Point being is this. I've addressed the sporting angle in regards to Kobe Bryant for a long time, and I've alluded to his Luciferian ties. I had not had the opportunity or the time to address it until now. What does it mean to be a Luciferian? That you adhere to the veneration of the celestial bodies, the sun, the moon, the planets. That you believe in a level of meditation that will bring you in league with the spirits so that they can inhabit your body and take you to a whole other level of preeminence in your sport. That you practice the Babylonian Kemetic mystery school system in some way, shape, or form, whether it be Buddhism or the occult or Wicca or some other form of shamanism. You'd be surprised. Many of your most favorite athletes, they do believe in the craft. And Kobe Bryant is certainly one of them. As I'm going to show you in this video, I may make it more than one part, who knows. I have a lot of information on him. I just need the time to go through it. But anyway, in the aftermath of Stephen A. Smith could not get Michael Jordan on his show, especially seeing as they're both members of the same fraternity, that being Omega Psi Phi, which is the frat that commemorates, that venerates the Egyptian god of the dead Anubis, the dog-headed god. And for those of you who don't know, that was the god that DMX was alluding to back when he was at his pinnacle of fame back in the late 90s. That's why he was always talking about the dog. For those of you who have DMX's initial album, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, I believe that's the album where in the artwork on the CD, he was in the bathtub of blood. He had been inducted into the mystery school system. Once again, you cannot attain fame in that world, in the entertainment industry world, without being put through the ritual. He stated that while Kobe Bryant was in studio and he overheard what the audience member told Stephen A. Smith, Kobe Bryant stated, "To hell with Oprah, be like Harpo." What was he referring to? He was referring to one of those quote-unquote deities that I've been telling you brothers about for a very long time. Harpo is an abbreviation for Harpocrates. And as the Greeks understood the image of Harpocrates, it was as the god of silence, the god of secrets, the seed, the origin of everything. The name Harpocrates, or as he was known as in the Kemetic language, Harupa Kared, means Horus the child. He was always depicted as having the side lock because he was Horus as the child. He was always shown to be in the midst of the lotus flower. Why is that? Because the lotus flower in the ancient Egyptian culture, it represents is the initiator of chaos. So whenever you see that dynamic in films, whether it's Loki and Thor or the Joker and Batman, that is to exhibit the power of chaos and order. They always go hand in hand. That's why I remember the film Dark Knight, when really Batman was supposed to let the Joker go. He was supposed to kill him, but he didn't because he needed him. It's almost like that film Unbreakable with Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson, where Samuel L. Jackson tells Bruce Willis, "Now that I know who you are, I know who I am." They're dependent on each other because they define each other because they're the opposite. And that's what the Hermetic principles revolve around. The coming together of opposites. As above, so below. Black and white, the checkerboard, so on and so forth. Now, why did Kobe Bryant have his muse, the little serpent there that's guiding him, that he's trying to make out to be a kid-friendly entity? Why did he have that serpent talk about Russell Westbrook and James Harden? because both of those brothers grew up in the LA area admiring Kobe Bryant. So he's taking them under his wing. In other words, he's going to do for them what Michael Jordan did for him. Michael Jordan acted as the master to his apprentice in the Luciferian principles, and he's doing the same thing for them. He's showing them how to climb up that ladder, go up to 33 degrees to ascend into perpetual enlightenment, where you can cross over into the spirit world, communicate with the quote-unquote spirits, really demons that are going to guide you to your destiny.
The more musings you find, the more powerful your muse cage becomes. Every muse cage is powered by two forces. Light musings, you're nice.
Thank you.
You're
Oh, so nice of you.
and dark musings.
Now, do you guys see how he made the light musings come into fruition? He just waved his hand. He's showing you that he's a witch. Okay? Now, when it says dark musings, it's talking about the planet Saturn. The light musings is talking about the sun. I mentioned this in another video. They believe within their witchcraft circles that there are good witches and bad witches. There's a sentiment that they promote in Harry Potter. They promoted it in Star Wars and many other films, that there are good witches and bad witches. In The Wizard of Oz, you had Glinda the good witch, you had the bad witch. Now, those of us who follow the scriptures, we know that there's no such thing as a good witch or a bad witch.